All right, where shall I send? Well, good morning. Thanks for showing up. My name is Dr. Tracey Diner. I am a wellness doctor for almost 30 years. And my job has been to keep people well, keep people away from drugs and surgery for my entire career. So I have spent my life doing physical health, chemical health, and emotional health. And there was, when 5G was coming, before 5G got here, I had been doing a lot of research on 4G. And when I was researching, there was a couple things that I discovered. First off, 5G was way stronger, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I found a solution for counteracting the energy being stolen at the level of the mitochondria. So that's how I started. And I have now been doing this and lecturing around the country on this topic because most people are not aware of it. I've made it my mission to make people aware of it. So I'm really, someone asked me, what do I focus on? I'm focusing on your electric health. There are other people who, including me for my entire career, focus on your physical health, your chemical health, your emotional health. This is truly your electrical health, another pillar of health that has to be addressed that no one was addressing. So that's what this is about. So I'm going to go into a little bit why, during my research, why I found that it was so important to do this. So first off, what are EMFs? Who knows what an EMF is? By show of hands. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now about half of you. When I first started doing this lecture 7 years ago, maybe 20% of the people knew what EMFs were. Now, usually it's 50, 60, 70% because they're aware of it. But if I said, how many of you know what 5G is? You've heard of 5G, right? So everybody knows 5G. 5G is an electrical magnetic field that has been put out for cell phones and Wi-Fi and routers, and it's in the air. You don't see it, taste, touch it, smell it, but it is there. So that's why it's called electrical magnetic field. It has an electric component and a magnetic component. And we'll get into why that's important in a second. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so EMFs, if you can see this, are emitted from cell phones, Wi-Fi, your routers, Bluetooth, baby monitors even. We are living in a sea of electrical magnetic fields now. Okay, you cannot get away from electrical magnetic fields unless you leave the planet, and at this point, we don't leave the planet just yet. So that is why I am focusing on this. I want to show you, in 2003, I don't know if you can see it, it is light. In 2003, you can look at the map of the United States and part of Europe and see the little bit of purple? Those are cell towers in 2003. Now, if we move to 2018, now you can see what those cell towers are everywhere, and including the yellow and red. Those yellow and red are a tremendous amount of cell towers. Okay, but now, so let's look at that. The other thing is that we have satellites pointing at Earth. A tremendous amount of them. I've spent some time in Florida, and every time I'm on the beach, every 2 days, another satellite is going up to surround Earth and put electromagnetic fields back towards Earth. It's not a good thing for Earth. It's not a good thing for us. So here's what our map looks like now. That's cell towers. Is there anywhere you can live where it's not going to affect you? Right? Anywhere? Nowhere. I actually live out on a farm now in the middle of Maryland, so I have less, but there are cell towers everywhere. Okay, so you're being bombarded whether you know it or not. Okay, so this is why I am trying to educate you as to what this is. Now, why does this affect you? Now, how many of you know you are electric? Your brain, your heart, your cell membranes, everything about you, your atoms, protons, everything is electric about you. If your heart stops, what do? Defibrillator, right? Electrically charge you back to life. Okay, what happens? They determine whether your brain, or basically if you are alive, if your brain is working by an EEG, electroencephalogram. So that's how they tell us if we're alive or not, is if our brain is working or not our heart actually. So that's important. The other thing is muscles. Our muscles are electric, right? How do we measure muscle strength? By using an electrical stim for those muscles. The other thing that is very important to understand is that at the cellular level, your calcium channels and your mitochondria. Who knows what mitochondria are? Now we're getting into the science. Okay, so we got some, maybe, all right. So mitochondria You're going to remember this, is extremely important. The mitochondria, if any of you remember what the mitochondria is, it's the powerhouse of the cell. It's what gives the cells energy for your body to function, for your body to regenerate, to regrow. That's what the mitochondria do. The latest research is that the most sensitive of everything in your body are the mitochondria. And they are decreasing the function of the mitochondria. Now, what does that mean to you? That means that at the cellular level, you don't have the energy enough to heal, to regrow, to regenerate, to do, if that's a liver cell, the liver cell is supposed to be detoxing. If it only has less energy than normal, then your liver is going to be detoxing less than normal, right? If that cell is anywhere else in the body, it's in the heart may not be having the electrical charge that it normally does. So what's happening is the EMFs around us are stealing our energy at the cellular level. Kind of like a car going down the road, and the gasoline is being stolen out of the tank. This car stops, nothing wrong with the car, but there's no gasoline to make the car go. Well, it's the same thing with our body. Our bodies are losing energy, so we are as a society getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And it's slow, and it's insidious, and you don't know. You don't know why you may have a headache, or you may not feel like you're just feeling tired or lethargic. You don't feel like going out and exercising, or you don't have the brain power to do some of the things that you did before. It's not, and I promise you, if you went to an MD who said, I have these symptoms, okay, headaches, fatigue, eye problems, balance problems, sleeping problems, if you went to an MD at this point and you told them that you're fatigued, I guarantee you they're not going to say, ooh, are you exposed too much to electrical magnetic fields? Maybe take all that smart tech off your body. They're not gonna. And I'm gonna be shouting for those reasons, because I spend a tremendous amount of time researching this exact problem. And by the way, on my website, I'll give you to the end, I have so much research from all over the world, double-blind, university studies that show what electrical magnetic fields do to our body. Okay, on that website, it's like a library of this that I've spent years doing. So that's why it's important that I am doing this, because I want you to understand. Leg cramps may be because you're missing potassium, but it also might be because you're having too much electrical magnetic field exposure and your calcium channels are being affected, because the calcium channels are extremely susceptible as well to EMFs. Okay, so and people aren't thinking about that. So there's tons of research. I just mentioned, I'm not going to go into all of this. Tons of research on my website that shows that the EMFs are affecting your health as I am telling you. Okay? Again, not my opinion. I'm just out there researching so that I can share it with you. So what can you do to minimize? So obviously, distance is your friend with electromagnetic fields. Distance. So EMFs, because they're emitted everywhere, you can't completely get off. I just showed you the map of what it looks like. You can't get off the planet. But there are simple things that you can do. First off, my biggest pet peeve, you don't want to have a cell phone up to your head, ever. Your brain is electric. The cell phone is actually carcinogen. And you'll remember this talk. I hope that you'll remember this talk, Dr. Tracey Diner, way back when we were at Pathways, that I told you this is the carcinogen of our lifetime. Just like cigarettes were in the 50s and 60s, and they didn't know how bad they were. It was really cool to smoke back then. And then 20 years of smoking caused cancer and every disease in our body it increased the likelihood of. Okay, well, that's a carcinogen. They've already determined that electromagnetic fields are a carcinogen as well. However, the powers that be are kind of keeping that to themselves, kind of poo-pooing it. There are huge telecommunication industries with big, big bucks in our country that are basically making the laws for our country, unfortunately. There are certain countries not even allowing 5G because it's that unhealthy. It's actually 20 times stronger than 4G. And those both exist. 4G and 5G both exist. So now 4G's out there affecting you, but 5G also it has to be closer to your body. So you're noticing them on the ends of, if you live in a city, you'll see them on the buildings, or you'll see them close by to you, or on stoplights or things, because the 5G, it's a different wave, it's a shorter wave length, so it has to be closer to your body, which is a really bad thing. Remember I said distance is your friend with EMFs? Okay, so that's something also to think about. But now, what I was telling you with pet peeves, never hold a phone up to your ear. And I'm going to show you, I'm an applied kinesiology specialist. I will be happy to test any of you at the end. I'm going to basically have you hold your phone up to your ear. It is toxic. It is a carcinogen. You will not be able to hold your arm up. And I have a solution for you on our beautiful jewelry that has these special magnets, which I found. This is why I'm doing this as well, because I wouldn't tell you how horrible everything is without giving you some sort of solution that I found. So this is what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to muscle test you, and you'll be able to feel it like that. I could talk to them blue in the face, or you feel it, right? Hi, good to see you. Okay, so no phone up to your ear. The other thing, I'm going to shame you all right now. Who of you has a phone by your bed using it as alarm clock? Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest.
I have it in a drawer next to my bed.
He doesn't. No, put it in the bathroom away from you. It doesn't need to be in your drawer. So here's the thing.
So it's going to penetrate the wood.
Yeah, it does. It's going to be less, but oh yeah. And it's searching for Wi-Fi, nonstop. So especially my biggest pet peeve is probably those earbuds that are sitting in your ears, because they're nonstop sending a signal down to the phone's, I'm here, nonstop. So you're constantly having electromagnetic fields in your body. So I hate those, no. So what I would recommend is either talking on a speaker, or there's something called air tubes. That's what I use. They plug into the phone, they have a wire that then divides into an air tube, and then it goes into your ear. So air is not a conductor of electrical magnetic fields as much, so it's better. Okay? So can I just finish and then, okay. The other thing that I was saying is that you're not having your phone by your bed, okay, put it in the bathroom. Digital clocks, Walmart, $12, right? There are digital clocks. Not having it by your bed. Let your body rest. One of the things that electromagnetic fields also do is they steal our melatonin. So melatonin we lose as we age, but also one of the effects of EMFs is sleep problems. Okay? So those are very, very important things to do. The easy things that I can tell you. The other thing is routers. Routers are also a big problem. Your router should never be in a room where you are normally spending time. Put my router's in my basement, because here in the East Coast we have basements. In the garage, you can put it in the garage, put it in the guest room if you don't really want your guests staying very long, you don't like them, stick it in the guest room. Or in a hallway where you're not normally in a hallway, but never in the room that you spend a lot of time in. Never in your office, never like in your living room where you are spending time, because that is zapping you without you knowing and stealing your energy and stopping the mitochondria from functioning properly, stopping the calcium channels, all those things that we just talked about. Distance is your friend. Okay, so keep those things away at least 12 feet. Okay, so that's why I was saying your phone in your drawer better than right on you, but it doesn't need to be in your drawer. Put it in your bathroom. If it rings, you'll hear it, I promise you. So, or put it further away. Okay, yeah.
So my question is, particularly females carry their phone in their back pocket. So it's actually on them, touching them?
Right. So that is, and I have a slide coming up for that. Yeah. He said about having technology on your body. Absolutely not. Okay. Now, I love technology. I'm a techie person. Low tech. Okay. I don't have any technology. I wear wearable wellness, but I don't wear technology on my body. Because that technology, if you have a smartphone, and I have people say, you won't take that smartphone out of my dead cold hand. But okay, then let's put something on you that's going to counteract it. But if I can try and shame you out of it, I will. But I will tell you, there's things that when I'm in a market and I see a man who sticks him, oftentimes they're putting their phone in their pocket. Men tend to have a pocket right here, right over the heart. So now they're stealing energy from the heart. Women, in your bras, don't get me started. There's research that shows those antennas actually cause breast cancer. Okay, so I have to be careful what I say, but all that research is on my website. Okay. Now, another thing is smart meter. I had my smart meter removed off my home. Most places can do that. It's dependent on your electrical power company. But it cost me $75. I had them remove the meter, and then they charged me an extra $5 a month to come and manually read it. I'm well worth it, because what happens with a smart meter is a smart meter pings an electrical current like every 5 minutes. It's like constantly to see what your usage of your electricity is. You don't need that. They don't need that. Okay, and then so you have this another burst of EMFs into your house nonstop. So if you can remove it, they don't like to, but if you push for it, they will usually let you. Remove that smart meter, and then you get a digital meter, which they come and read. Okay, so that's another simple thing that you can do to get the electrical magnetic fields away. Reducing, the whole idea is to reduce. You can't reduce it all. The idea is to reduce what you can, and then the other solution is, when I was doing research, I use these special magnets in my clinic for my patients. They decrease pain and they decrease inflammation. I've used them for years. Well, when I was doing more research, finding out what the magnets do and finding out what electrical magnetic fields do. Electrical magnetic fields are stealing energy at the cellular level, but there's laws of physics, these laws of physics, Ampere's law, Faraday's law, that tell you when you put a magnet in an energy field, remember it's you, it automatically increases your electrical energy because electrical and magnetic are tied together. Remember, that's how electrical magnetic fields, that word, they're tied together. So because they're tied together, when you put a magnet in that energy field, it increases the electrical energy. So a healthy cell is a very high voltage cell. You know, we measure electricity by voltage. We measure magnet strength by something called gauss, G-A-U-S-S. So when you put this magnet in this energy field, it increases the voltage of the electricity wherever it is. Now, if that's you, a healthy cell is a very high voltage cell. A low voltage cell, like cancer cells, have a very low voltage cell. So when I tell you this, A plus B equals C, right? 2 plus 2 is 4 at school that I went to. If you have all of the electrical magnetic fields around you stealing your energy, decreasing cell voltage are 6 cells over time. This is why I'm saying this is the carcinogen of our lifetime. So what we can do, all the things that I just told you, and now I actually have a solution. I'm going to show you in a second. Let's see where we're at. Oh, So Magnetude Jewelry. Myself and my partner, who's an artist, created this. It is an interchangeable jewelry that has this 4,000 gauss magnet. So when we talked about gauss strength, there is no stronger magnet than what I use. I have them made. 4,000 gauss. There's tons of research that shows that they decrease pain and inflammation at 1,000 gauss, at 1,500 gauss. The stronger, the better. And when 4G was here and 5G was coming, I was used to say that, you know, one magnet on your body is probably going to help. I actually wear more now because of this. So 4,000 gauss is powerful. And it's what I call wearable wellness. You put it on your body, anywhere. So I made it interchangeable as my partner creates this beautiful jewelry, but it is functional, truly therapeutic functional jewelry, because I wanted you wearing it all the time on your body, because that's just what we talked about, right? You have to have these magnets in your energy field. They can be within probably 3 inches of you, but it doesn't have to be on the skin, but they have to be in your energy field. So me wearing it's not going to help you. It has to be in your energy field. You sticking it on the nightstand is not going to help your body either. It needs to be on your body. Okay, so this is what these do. So we created beautiful bracelets, beautiful earrings, and necklaces that all interchange with these 4,000 gauss magnets. So what you see here, okay, there's a base, that's a necklace. Okay, but that same small magnet, we have 2 size magnets. That same small magnet can go in your ear to protect your brain. It can go on your body. It can actually go in my bracelet. They all interchange with these 2 special magnets. And all you do is wear this beautiful jewelry. So what I started with initially when we started, I told you that I would muscle test you because I want you to feel it. There is a lot of stuff out there. Someone asked me how long I've been doing this. We started 7 years ago with this, and we created our company about 6 years ago. There's a lot of stuff I have tested. 99% of it doesn't work. Because how I test is with a carcinogen. Hold a phone up to your brain, and it will weaken you. I've tested all sorts of other things to see if it counteracts it. They don't. So stones won't do it. They're not strong enough. You stick in a shungite in your pocket, it's not going to do it. Okay, you stick an amethyst in your pocket, it's not going to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love stones. If you go see my booth, Magnetude Jewelry, it's an entire booth filled with gorgeous stones. But the magnets are on the back. And it's the magnet. Now we have manufactured too, like this is a dichroic glass. There's no particular energy with that, but it has that 4,000 gauss magnet. Okay, and that's the secret sauce. Okay, so now I think I'll show you a couple other things. So we created this for everybody, for men, for women. We have a sports line. I'm just going to whip through these. But these are these special magnets, okay? These neodymium N52 magnets, increasing cellular energy and vitality. On the back, oh, I didn't bring this up. We've squeezed all sorts of healthier things. I actually have frequencies on the back as well of all of our jewelry. My bracelets have the frequencies, my necklace have the frequencies. And what they do is they, again, increase blood flow and decrease inflammation. Another I forgot to mention this, another very, very important thing that electromagnetic fields do is they cause inflammation. And almost every disease known to man has an inflammatory portion. So this inflammation is also, which is why I started this, because I was treating my patients with pain and inflammation. The magnets help with counteracting that. But EMFs are one of the causes of inflammation in our body. Okay, so that's another very important thing why we have that. And then the frequencies help with decreasing inflammation as well and moving blood flow, but not nearly as strong as the magnet. The magnet is by far the most important part of our jewelry. So I wanted to show you feeling good with our magnets. There's 2 different sizes, so you can see small and large. So every single thing in our booth, every necklace, bracelet, earrings takes 1 or the other, or both. Some like this has 2, some have 1, some have small, some just large. But the more the better. We actually even have some necklaces that have buried magnets inside, and then it takes 1. These are called tudes, by the way, attitude to match your attitude. So we want you having tudes to match your attitude every day. So here's an example. That's called twist, our necklace twist. And then we have, today's a green day, tomorrow would be a purple day, so that's a dichroic, that's a natural solar quartz. So lots and lots of choices. Once you understand what our jewelry does and why you need to wear it, then the fun starts, because then you have this beautiful collection that you can add to over time. So here's some examples of some of our necklaces, large ones, small ones, some that take 2s. I have one that takes 3 tudes. But these are, I would venture to say, if you look at our jewelry, you don't think, oh, that's a therapeutic jewelry, right? It's beautiful. We want you wearing it. My partner's an artist. She's done a great job in creating it. We have a sports line, a slider line. We have a children's line. Those can get wet. Our bracelets are very popular. We have a ton of them out there. So I just wanted you to see what you can do with how beautiful this jewelry is. We have a children's line. Now, I will say something about children. I have a public service announcement professional video that I have made for children. Because children, their bones have not formed, okay? They are still absorbing. They absorb more in their bones than we do. They absorb 10 times in their bone marrow and 2 to 3 times of EMFs in their brain. Okay, so those little bodies are absorbing these electromagnetic fields. And I will tell you that the #1 cause of death in children under the age of 10 in the last 10 years. Anybody know? Dottie? What? Leukemia? Brain cancer. Brain cancer. Okay? So brain cancer. What have children have been playing with in the last 10 years? You never see a kid without their iPhone or their iPod or their computer, right? Drives me absolutely freaking nuts. Sometimes I will say something, try to say it nicely to the parent without offending them or getting them, get away from me, but I try because they don't know. They wouldn't purposely hurt their children, but they don't know that they are hurting their children, okay? So children absorb. So we made a children's line for them to wear. They're going to be on their computer. They're going to have an iPad. It is our life that we live now. But you can counteract it by helping them add energy back to counteract what's being stolen from them. Okay, so that's our children's line. Even little babies, we have something, we don't want them to swallow a magnet, but so if you look at our necklaces, like these are the sliders. They can either slide onto a necklace or a bracelet, and the magnet is buried inside and permanent. So they're never going to swallow it. Right, that's an important thing. So if you have kids or children or grandkids, another very important thing for them. We have a men's line. People come out and say, well, what do you have for men? We have a lot of things for men. It's unisex, right? So they wouldn't wear this, but they would certainly wear a certain, if you put a beautiful blue hematite in this ellipse magnet, perfect, So any man can wear it. We have bracelets. We have sports bracelets, regular bracelets. And then, can't forget our babies, right? Our fur babies. I like them more than people, sorry. So they age faster than we do, they get arthritis earlier than we do, and they are susceptible to electrical magnetic fields just like us. So we created a beautiful dog tag. Already went out to a door this morning to another dog. Our large magnet, it literally sits on their collar, and they just wear it. And now it's actually helping to counteract the electromagnetic fields on their bodies as well. $30, right? So now your dog has the ability to counteract it just like you would. Our sports line, people are athletic. When you work out, we produce free radicals. I've put more infrared on this. The infrared also helps with counteracting our free radicals. So that's also besides having a big magnets. So there is a lot of technology, but then we just made it pretty. Here's an example of everything, like this is called twist. Everything looks different, right? So 2 size magnets, and that's all you need, the small one and the large one. And what else do we have here? Now this is Zen. Zen is something I wear, I say I live in Zen because I wear Zen every day. Zen is this piece up at the top, over here, and it has a magnet underneath it, and then it has a stainless steel plate, so you can actually shower with that. I never take it off. I sleep with it. I never take it off. I take the toot out when I'm showering because that's an open magnet, and you don't want to shower with an open magnet. But the sealed magnet inside you can shower with. So normally if I'm out at an event, I'm wearing Zen, living in Zen. Yes?
Why don't you want to shower with the open magnet?
Because magnets rust over time.
Oh, they rust. I thought it was an electrocution or something.
No, they don't produce electricity. No, so magnets rust over time. And then the other thing, I don't know if you can see it here, Atlas is a pin, and it doesn't take a necklace. And I designed this initially because as a chiropractor, I was treating back pain. So I had it over people's backs, over their hips, over their knees, anywhere where they didn't, they wanted something closer to the pain and inflammation, that's where the pin went. I actually now have created a sleep mask and wraps that have 6 magnets in them. These wraps go over, and I don't have a picture of them yet because it's new, over your wrist, over your elbow, on your feet. I'm actually creating a lumbar support right now filled with magnets for low back pain because it's the same as an NSAID aspirin, but no side effects, no negative side effects with these magnets. And you can go up to 80,000 gauss and there's no negative side effects from that. So that's why I use these. An MRI uses like 80,000 gauss when they take something, and they found no negative side effects over time from that. So that's the Atlas. Someone can use it as a pin. If men don't want to wear jewelry, that's an option for them. If you have a specific place you have a shoulder issue or you have a knee problem, you can put it right where that is. SI joint, hip pain, have had a tremendous amount of testimonials. When I created this company, I didn't think I was going to serve nearly help as many people as I thought it would. I thought it would help more people that were in the clinic, but I had no idea the amount of help with Lyme's disease, autoimmune issues, rheumatoid arthritis. Anything that has an inflammation and a pain, you're going to love this jewelry. And for the younger people who haven't gotten there yet, counteracting the electrical magnetic field so that you don't wind up having the issues as you get older, preventative, that's what you do. So these are our earrings. And this. So again, thank you for your time. I'm glad you're listening now. I wanted to do muscle testing of any of you. It takes 30 seconds. Basically, hold a phone up to your ear. What we're going to do is I'm going to have you hold your arm out, and I'm going to muscle test you. And you'll feel it. It's a neurologic test, not a strength test. And you will see the difference. And I'm going to take my magnet in and out of your energy field so that you feel it. So what I'm going to do is start. We are... I was like, we're good on time. It's 11 o'clock. I'm like, we started at the half hour. Okay, so I would love for you guys. Now, you had one question, my dear. Did you have?
I think you answered it, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Do you have ones for ankles?
My wrap, I don't do an interchangeable. My wrap, which has 6 magnets in it, is amazing. I would put one on each of your ankles, and it's going to move blood flow, decrease inflammation, move lymph. Okay. Now, I didn't mention my booth is 83. It's in the main room there. All the way, if you go to the right, halfway down on the wall, you'll see Magnetude Jewelry. I would love for you to come and see that information and my jewelry. I want to muscle test you first so you know why you're supposed to be wearing it. I personally wear a bracelet. Okay, I got to take everything off because when I'm muscle testing, I got to take all of my jewelry off. And if you knew what I knew, you'd be wearing more. So I wear a bracelet, I wear earrings. If I'm at home, if I'm on the computer, I'm wearing earrings. If I'm not on the computer, I may not wear my earrings. But I am wearing Zen normally and a bracelet every day, all the time, because I know it's counteracting that. And just so you know, these magnets do not affect technology. The technology affects you. I just was in Dallas. The room is in Dallas, but I just came back yesterday or day before. And you go through the airport with this, I was wearing everything. It doesn't affect anything. I whipped through, it does not affect any of the reading. And it does not affect your technology. It affects you as a person, which is what we want, okay? All right, so now, who would like to come up? I'm gonna show you. I need someone that has an extra phone. Come on up. All right, so, okay. Okay, set it down just for a sec. Okay, and you're gonna face me, okay? So you're gonna put one arm up, just this arm. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, this is just a gentle muscle test. I want you, don't let me push down, hold real strong. Hold, hold. I'm not trying to overpower her, I'm strong. I'm not trying to overpower her. I just wanna see where she locks. Okay, hold, perfect. Now I'm gonna touch you right here, right in the middle of your eye, right here. Keep your eyes open and hold. And hold. And hold. Okay, that means you're testable. That's okay, you felt the difference? Yeah. That's normal. If she didn't do that, the next thing that I'm going to do, which is test her to electrical magnetic fields, wouldn't work. If she's locked, and some people are in a locked pattern, it's often more, men tend to do that more than women, but if she was locked in this pattern, what would happen is I'd put a cell phone, which I'm going to do next, she wouldn't weaken. She's like, oh, see, electromagnetic fields don't affect me. That's not the case. It's that she wasn't testable. So now that's what I'm going to do really quickly with each of you. So I don't have to do this, I only have to explain it once. Right? So now that we do that, I'm going to call you. You're going to answer your phone.
Should I like hold it?
Yep, you're going to hold it up to your head, which I would tell you never to do except for right down.
I'll take your call now.
Hold it use the same arm.
Do I have?
Did you answer it? Okay. Take this magnet out of your energy. Is it? I hear it.
That's you. Oh, do I put it on speaker? No, I don't think so.
Okay, hold real strong. Hold. 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 And each time I do it, it'll get more and more because her body's loving this magnet. You feel a huge difference? Huge, right? Take that away from your head. Don't ever do that again. All right.
In that particular case, do you recommend a bracelet or?
No, in this case for electrical magnetic fields, anywhere in your energy field is going to work. Whether it's your necklace or wrist or anywhere in your energy field, and I've tested it. So anywhere in her energy field will work. Now, if you had an issue with rheumatoid arthritis in your wrist, I'm going to say let's put a bracelet on you because the closer the magnet is to whatever the problem is, the better off you are. Okay. So carcinogen counteracts it. That's what we're doing. Now, go choose a bracelet, necklace, or earrings. I say that because, of course, I want to sell my product, but the reason I'm doing it is because if you don't put this on and everything you just learned is only going to be knowledge that's not going to help you, right? So you have to do something. All right. Okay. Ready. Here we go. I'm using Loren's phone. Okay, so let me just make sure you're testable. Here, set your phone down for a second. Okay. Hold up, arm up. Don't let me push down. Hold her strong. Perfect. I'm going to touch you right here. Hold. Hold. Okay, feel you can't? Okay, just that little bit. Hold that up to your head. Hold. Hold. Hold on. Is this on? I think it shut off. I shut off. You're not as weak because it wasn't on. Oh. So I really want to show you to test it. Okay, now it should be ringing. Oh, there we go. There we go. Because, yeah, you didn't, I'm bombarding the brain for a minute. Now you'll feel it, okay? And hold real strong. Difference, hold, difference. Okay, hold. 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 Okay? Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Anybody else? Don't let me push down. Hold real strong. Hold. It's carcinogen. Hold. I can't even. I'll hurt my shoulder if I try and push you down anymore. Huge.
Wow. You're a strong
Okay.
lady.
I am strong. I am, but it's not. It's a neurologic thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see the difference. So
do.
all I did is I'm putting a magnet in the energy field and the magnet out, in the energy field
That's
and out.
amazing. Yeah. I'm gonna buy some.
All right. Anybody else? I think we got everybody. Did we get everybody's muscle testing? Okay. So thank you, thank you. There's our information, my card, our flyers. Please do something to help yourself because you need it.